After years of living with your parents, it's finally time to move into a place of your own. You've been on all the most reputable property search websites and have found yourself the perfect 2-bedroom apartment that's right in your price range. You arrive on moving in day, open the door, and meet your new housemate for the first time. You smile, shake their hand, but little do you know, the next 12 months are gonna suck. This is Twisted Bard Gaming's 7 worst video game characters to share a 2-bedroom apartment with. Everyone wants to get on with the people they live with, and hopefully one day form a great friendship. What you don't want is to be living with someone like Roman Bellic, who never leaves you alone and only enjoys doing a few very specific things for fun. There are only so many times you can go bowling or play darts with someone before they wear out their welcome. And for some reason, even though his room is only a few meters down the hall from yours, Roman insists on calling you on the phone and shouting "cousin" when you answer. The worst part? His actual cousin is terrifying and is probably a murderer, so you can't even tell Roman to f*** off.
Nico, it's your cousin. Let's go bowling.
To start with, living with Commander Shepard would be pretty awesome, unless he's gone full renegade. He's a charismatic guy who knows how to look after himself, and if he puts his mind to it, could be the perfect wingman to help you go out and explore the wonders of your new surroundings. The problem is though, he has no interest in being a wingman. He just wants to get next to and on top of literally anyone who'll have him. And while he will eventually settle on a favourite and potentially commit to that relationship, the constant banging, grunting and moaning from the room next door, in a building with walls made of actual paper, just isn't worth the struggle. Now, you're a good kid who was raised right, so you know that it's wrong to get annoyed about anyone because of a medical condition that they can't do anything about. But that doesn't change the fact that living with a guy with irritable bowel syndrome can be a real pain in the... No, I'm not saying that. I have standards. Akiba from the Metal Gear Solid franchise is famous for either running to the toilet or being caught on a directional microphone taking care of business. And while you appreciate the discomfort of a situation, never being able to get into the one bathroom in your apartment, or always following someone in there who has just left the place in a terrible state, is no way to live. A dedicated air freshener budget is a must.
Commander, I really gotta go!
There is nothing like music to soothe the soul and get you through any situation. Except of course if that situation is the never-ending drone of basic beat tracks and even more basic lyrics. How is it possible that every time Parappa the Rapper says anything, music starts playing from somewhere, and then he goes on to describe in a terrible rap either what he's doing or the situation he's gotten himself into? What's wrong with just talking? And he won't respond unless you answer back in a rap, and then he just repeats anything you said anyway. The whole thing's a nightmare. The most aggravating thing? He's in a long-distance relationship with Sunny Funny, so the soundtrack to your evening is now a rapping paper dog on Skype, spitting lyrics about swollen balls.
Almost anywhere, you and I, my friend.
Cleanliness is important, so the first thing you thought when you realized your new roommate was a homely looking woman called Marguerite Baker was that at the very least she would do her part to keep the place clean. Sadly, as the infection sets in and she descends into madness, her inclination to throw on the rubber gloves and get scrubbing goes out the window. Not long before the kitchen and bathroom are covered in filth, and Marguerite's power over creepy crawlies means that you can't move for cockroaches, maggots and flies. At least you won't have to deal with it for too long. She's almost certainly gonna kill you.
Jack! He's not eating it!
Shut the hell up, Marguerite!
I made that for him!
Get the hell out of here!
You're a son of a bitch! Oh, I can't believe it! You son of a bitch! He's not eating it!
You know what's worse than living with someone who leaves passive-aggressive notes all around the house? Living with someone who's actually aggressive. Someone like Kratos. Imagine accidentally scratching his pan, dropping his favorite mug on the floor, or slowly pushing your thumb into his bowl of cornflakes. And this isn't the new, warm, cuddly daddy Kratos either. This is first year of college Kratos, who doesn't care about you, or anything other than getting revenge on literally anyone for everything. You're not gonna make it 2 days without having your eyeballs gouged out, your head pulled off, or being burnt alive in your own oven. So far, this list has had 6 terrible people to live with, but you know what's worse than roommates who make way too much noise, have terrible social skills, and are murderers? A sexist. It's 2018, you can't be seen to be spending time with people who treat women like objects for little more than sexual gratification, and Duke Nukem is video games' worst offender. This is a guy who can't go 3 steps without taking out his meat scepter, either pissing on or screwing something, and that's just not what the world needs right now. Bad boy. Bad Duke. You have standards, it's time to move out.
What? Did you think I was gone forever?
That was Twisted Bard Gaming's 7 worst video game characters to share a 2-bedroom apartment with. What do you think of this list? Do you have a terrible roommate story? Drop them in the comments below, and make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more madness like this.